Part 3 right here. Part 3 of the open hand charity scam is so much worse. Oh my god, it was part 3. God damn.
Just over 2 weeks ago, I released a video covering the Open Hand Foundation, the charity organization that was created by the YouTuber The Completionist and his family.
I heard of that name before.
I outlined how in 10 years of operation, the Open Hand Foundation has not contributed a single dollar of the money that it has received from the public, despite the fact the Completionist, named Gerard Khalil, has been saying for many years it had been supporting various charities.
And so, we just every year we try to raise as much money as possible, and then we go work with Alzheimer's Association of America, University of San Francisco.
Yeah, he's naming charities. That's the weird thing.
My mom had FTD, so we've worked with big and small organizations across the board.
According to the tax filings, the Open Hand Foundation was sitting on over $650,000 worth of donations it had received. And when me and Mutahar spoke with Gerard, he assured us they still had all of the money and were ready to donate it. However, since that time, nothing has happened. Gerard and the Open Hand Foundation have been radio silent since my video dropped. We have had no confirmation the money still exists.
Yeah,
no
no.
confirmation it has been
He's that
donated,
guy.
and it more or less seems like they are burying their head in the
He was a
sand
rapper, right?
and ignoring the situation, hoping it blows over.
Wait, so they haven't done anything yet? Like, no statement yet? It's been 2 weeks since the video's been out. That is not that great in an internet standpoint, right? In an internet standpoint, 2 weeks not saying anything about the charity stuff, what's going on with the money and all that, that is not good at all.
Silence is deafening, but I think there is a very good reason why they are hiding. There is more to this story than meets the eye, and the situation is much worse than we had previously let on. In my previous video, I spoke about Indieland, the charity marathon hosted by The Completionist. But Indieland isn't the only charity event that Open Hand runs. In fact, it's only half of the story. Open Hand also holds a charity golf tournament, which pulls in tens of thousands of dollars in sponsorships every year. And the interesting thing about the money the golf tournament raises is that it seems to disappear. Fans of The Completionist who rushed out to defend him tried to claim that because Gerard hadn't spent the money, it wasn't stolen. But in my opinion, this is misguided. Not only because this argument is nonsensical, I mean, if I steal $100 from you and don't spend it, I've still stolen it. It's money you no longer have, and I obtained that money through illegal means. But aside from that, I do believe the Khalil family have been stealing tens of thousands of dollars each year from charity donations on top of the fraud committed through Indieland. And in this video, I'm going to show you how. In my previous video, I didn't include a sponsor because this is a serious situation. And that was a hefty...
Oh no. Are you serious?
sacrifice, given that I am the sole breadwinner of my family. So it's not just my money I sacrificed, it's theirs as well. And I can't keep working on this without being sponsored, so I hope you guys don't mind. Now, legends, this video is sponsored by the military online game War Thunder. And when it comes to vehicle combat games, War Thunder is the most comprehensive ever made. Play more than 2,000...
I will not skip, guys, because I'm recording and I'm making a video. I don't skip sponsorships anymore when I'm recording a video for a reaction.
Tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships in heart racing PvP
Poggy!
battles. And each of these vehicles is finely crafted to be as realistic as possible, resulting in a highly immersive combat experience. Whether you like the fast-paced action of air combat or the more tactical nature of ground combat, War Thunder offers intense player-v-player battles that caters to any style. Plus, it offers one of the most dynamic and detailed vehicle damage models in gaming. Personally, I just like how realistic everything looks and sounds. The combat experience is definitely intense. War Thunder is free to play using my link in the description, and is available on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. And for new players or those who haven't played in 6 months, there is a large free bonus pack waiting for you, which includes multiple premium vehicles, a premium account, an exclusive 3D decorator for your vehicles, and much more. This is only available for a limited time, so be quick. The Indieland charity
War Thunder is it's from the creators of World Tanks, right? I don't know. I think so.
But since 2003, the Khalil...
I do remember Tanks was just a big... I think it's still a big game, right? World Tanks is still a big game. To this day. Alright, let's get back to that.
Been hosting a yearly golf tournament called the PBD West Convenience Cup Challenge. PBD West is a business founded by Gerard's father, Charles Khalil, in 1992. Now, despite the Open Hand Foundation website saying it has been fundraising since 2003, there is no record of the Open Hand Foundation existing before 2014, when it was
What?
registered as a non-profit. If you look at photos from the golf tournament before this
That's a
time,
lot of
there
sponsors.
is no mention of Open Hand. In contrast to 2015 onwards, where signage clearly states it's benefiting the Open Hand Foundation, earlier years simply showed that it was benefiting frontotemporal dementia. I assume they meant to say they were benefiting dementia research and not dementia itself, as that is quite a strange thing to say. No one can possibly know where that money went from these golf tournaments before 2014, so at this time there is no point in speculating. But from 2015, we know the money was supposed to be going to the Open Hand Foundation, and we have some tax filings, so from here on out we can begin to draw some solid conclusions. The main way the PBD West Convenience Cup Challenge appears to raise money is via sponsorships. Brands will pay the Open Hand Foundation to appear on banners and signs throughout the golf course, along with having the opportunity to set up tents and stands and have their employees play in the tournament. It seems to be mainly used as a networking or social event. On its website, the PBD West Cup even tells us what these sponsorships cost, showing that different tiers give different benefits. Before 2018,
Hold up, wait a minute. A diamond recognition, $8,000. Features action of the course. Feature of the 5K hole in one contest. Callaway part 3 skills. 8 players. Player glyph. Meal beverages. I can't read. Corporate logo prominent display on event scorecard. Course signage. Interest signage. Sponsored board and event website. Silver twosome player, single player. So it's $750 for one person. Company name featured. This is $10,000. Holy hell! All right.
Different benefits. Before 2018, this golf cup was the only event raising money for the Open Hand Foundation, so the tax filings should give us a pretty good idea about how much money it brings in. From 2014 to 2017, filings showed the Open Hand Foundation received between $30,000 to $60,000 per event.
We saw this.
But we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Now, let's just assume this is accurate. From these years, we can get a pretty good approximation of what this cup normally raises. In 2018, Indieland began, and for its first year, it raised $55,000, at least according to Gerard. This money was also supposed to go to the Open Hand Foundation, so naturally we should see an increase in yearly revenue, which we do. In 2018, Open Hand had a yearly revenue of $113,000. If we assume that $55,000 came from Indieland, that leaves $58,000 from the PBD West Cup, which is in line with previous years. However, something strange happens in 2019. In 2019, Indieland raised $109,000, double the previous year. In theory, this should cause a drastic rise in the yearly revenue for the Open Hand Foundation. But mysteriously,
are they lying?
Hardly raises at all. In the 2019 filing, Open Hand
Are they lying about how much money they're making?
only raised $123,000, which
Oh,
means
no.
that somehow the golf cup
Oh, no.
only raised $14,000. What's also interesting about 2019 is that it's the last year that Indieland, or the Completionist, publicly stated what Indieland had raised in total. From this point on, they make no mention of this, which is strange. You would think a charity event would state how much they raised after it had finished, and they did proudly do this for the first 2 years. But then, as soon as the tax filings became weird, we started hearing nothing. We can deduce how much money was raised, however. From 2020 onwards, Indieland fundraised through Tiltify, which shows the total donation amount. On top of this, all bits, subs, merchandise, and indie game sales were supposed to go to Open Hand too.
Yeah,
That's why we're
dude.
here today. Bits, donations, subs, buy the shirt, buy the coin, buy indie games, all that stuff. All of it is going to the benefit of helping others for this charity event.
No,
Thank you for joining us.
As I just
dude.
mentioned, Gerard never tells us what these extra revenue sources amount to, but we do get a clue from Indieland lead coordinator Michael Barrett. He refers to an article talking about Indieland 2022, which raised $90,000 via direct donations through Tiltify. The article author uses a different Tiltify figure to state that Indieland raised $80,000, but Michael clarifies that with those other methods of raising money, they actually raised over $100,000. So at
The
minimum,
we colonize
more.
more. Oh my god.
$10,000 on top of whatever is raised through.
I mean, that is true. Like, how you get the information, how much money they actually get, right? I mean, I know, like, okay, so, like, let me, in Artist Alley, there are some artists that hide how much money you actually make, right? For example, you have your online sales, so you can't hide that. You can't hide online sales. But what you could hide is the money, like, physical money you get. So, this is what, like, some artists told me to do. Pretty much what they do is they only because if you're like out of state, they're gonna charge you taxes. You got to pay the taxes of the state right away. You cannot get away from that, right? So what they said they do is they only look at the digital sales, right? For the most part, and that's pretty much it. If you have physical money, you can literally hide that and not really showcase that. That's all like with an artist alley. So it's like so we pay less taxes than we actually have to pay. Does that make sense? Um, so with this, it's digital, right? But it's like nobody knows the account of what his stream. I don't know if it's specifically in his stream or it's a specific indie land stream. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, he was getting up and told everyone to come watch me. I wasn't even streaming. I jumped in a YouTuber's live and he said he was getting off. Oh, you weren't. What? That was weird.
Tiltify.
But it's a good
However,
supporter.
again, I suspect this figure is likely higher, which is why they don't specify what it is. Now let's look at 2021. Indieland raised $113,000 in direct donations. Then we take off around $2,000 for Tiltify fees. On top of this, every single year the Syzygy Foundation, the charity founded by Jamie Lee Curtis, gives a grant to Openhand. In 2021,
Oh,
they
damn,
gave
really?
them $25,000. If you add these together, you get around $136,000. But shockingly, for the entire year of 2021, Openhand only received $136,000.
What?
Which means again, the Golf Cup hardly raised anything at all. But we know that's not the case, because we have photos of every single year the Golf Cup has been running since 2014, and we know how many sponsors they have and what they paid. And not only that, this means all the bits, subs, and all of that extra revenue that Gerard promised us would go to Openhand wasn't sent over either. Now in this video, I'm just focusing on the golf tournament, and I won't go into all of the ways the completionist and his family seem to be stealing donations, but I suggest you keep a lookout for an update video by Some Ordinary Gamers, who will release even more information on that.
Oh my
very
god.
soon.
Are you serious? Because I watched part 2 from Some More Gamers. I didn't know that he was making another part 2. So yeah, I have literally this is the third part of watching. So they're literally scheming off money. They're hiding money. Oh. Bro, like I give benefit of the doubt, but like yo, at least the money is still there. Bro, they may have stolen people's money and used it like skimming around like they didn't put the full real numbers. Oh
So
dude.
let's look at the 2021 Golf Cup sponsors. It's had 2 diamond sponsors, which were $8,000 each, 1 platinum sponsor, which is $7,500, and 6 gold sponsors, which are $6,500 each. Just from those 3 tiers alone, ignoring all of the other sponsors, all of the other registration fees, all of the other money raised from the raffles,
Auctions,
and
yeah.
ignoring any direct donations which should be received during a charity event, we already have a total of more than $60,000, and all of that money seems to have vanished. It certainly didn't go to Openhand.
No.
Or at the very least, for some reason, isn't showing up on their filings. All of the filings from 2019 onwards show the same pattern. Almost all of the revenue raised can be attributed to Indieland, and hardly anything seems to come from the Golf Cup.
Nah,
despite photos clearly
dude.
showing it has massive sponsors paying up to $10,000 each. Certainly, tens of thousands of dollars at least in donations every single year are going missing. The question is how and where. Everything raised from Indieland is through electronic means. This makes it very hard to hide, and any accountant will immediately pick up a discrepancy between what the bank statements show and what they are filing with the IRS. But the revenue generated from the Golf Cup is different. The website has a page called Where to Send Payment, and it literally just tells you to write a check to the Open Hand Foundation. No matter
What?
what account the money is going to, however, we know it isn't going to Open Hand. In my
What?
previous video, I was very careful not to make claims I couldn't prove. I wanted to make sure that when bringing up this sensitive subject, I didn't
Wait. They're still why the fudge are they doing checks? Bro, what the... In this day and age? In this day and age? Okay, dude. Like, bro. Like... I mean, I know some charity events are old school, but they can't be that old school, dude. Where they can't like, oh, where to send payment? They can't link it to a place to send it like right away instead of checks, bro. That's I don't know. For me personally, I find that is that Olivia May? Okay, sorry. I find that wait is that Smarts guy? Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Uh, yeah, only checks he sent. Okay, that's kind of weird. In my life. Yeah, I mean, I had to send a check not that long ago for Artist Alley because I had to pay the taxes and stuff, but it was like for TwitchCon, so it wasn't like
come
going
across too
a random
aggressive
place.
in order to
I don't
limit
think
the
so.
amount of backlash.
I don't
But
think
I
so.
think at this point, I've uncovered enough to confidently say that something very criminal is happening with the Open Hand Foundation. We have the Completionist and the Open Hand website lying for years that the foundation has been supporting organizations when it has never supported a single organization the entire time it's existed. We have more than $650,000 sitting in an account somewhere that still hasn't been donated or accounted for. And we have hundreds of thousands of dollars from the golf tournament that has simply vanished into thin air. And this is why I think the Completionist and the Open Hand Foundation have been completely silent. Anything they say at this point is probably going to be used against them, simply because the truth is looking really, really bad.
Yes, it
everyone
is.
screaming at them just to donate the money, which
Yeah.
should be pretty easy to do.
Right?
It doesn't make sense. Why not just, okay, the jig is up, just donate it.
Yeah.
If you supposedly still have the money, just donate it. What's the excuse for not donating it yet?
But they don't want any more attention being drawn to this. They hope people at worst will think that Indieland raised some money and didn't donate it for a few years. They can live with that. What they don't want is people, especially the authorities, looking into the golf tournament and all of that sponsorship money. I've heard many people say this could just be negligence or ignorance or laziness. But I can assure you, this is not the case. This fraudulent activity has been going on for at least 10 years. And it's not just Indieland.
Bro, yeah, it all started with Indieland, and now it's going with like the golf tournament. Bro, they're skimming off. It could be possibly skimming off money. Dude, it's not looking like. Oh, dude, it's not looking good for them at all, man. Oh, it's been 2 weeks since the first video, by the way, and they have not made any response yet. Only him getting with ordinary gamers and this guy in the Discord call. That's it. I think what they're doing right now is talking with their lawyers and figure out what's the steps they need to do in order to respond. Honestly,
both events were lying and saying they were contributing funds when they weren't. The Golf Cup was taking in donations without contributing any of the money it raised long before Indieland even started. And when Indieland came along, it did the exact same thing. This doesn't happen accidentally. This absolutely needs to be investigated by the authorities. And the only way that happens is if the Open Hand Foundation is reported. I'm going to put a link to where you can raise a complaint in the description. And I hope that many of you consider taking a couple of minutes to do so. It's obvious Open Hand isn't in a rush to respond or donate the money, so at this point, all we can do is wait for those with power to step in.
Damn,
also,
dude.
once again, use my link in the description to download and play War Thunder. It's free.
It is worth on there.
It's fun and it's awesome. Plus, using my link will get you a bunch of free bonus goodies, so definitely click the link and check it out.
Oh, you can play on PS5?
Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having...
Yeah, bro, dude. Scamming is one thing. Scamming with a charity is far from diabolical. For everyone who donated, you can also direct sue him, the company, in civil court for fraud. I mean, I really don't see that fully happening. The civil court for fraud. I don't. I really don't see anybody doing that. I don't know. It's possible, but do I really see anybody actually suing them? As of right now, no. I don't really see that happening. But then again, you never know, right? I want to comment that I've worked for over 20 years in a number of nonprofits. 501c3 and every single organization was automatically concerned with money. Where did it come from? Where did it go? Every dollar has been in Texas accounted for. They were all proud, responsible, dedicated to their causes. One of those organizations had a local political enemies that got them audited and inspected every 3 years, but no fault was ever found. I just want to add some anecdotal evidence that there are a lot of good organizations and charities out there who do the right thing, and that this, pray tell, is an exception. Ooh, never pause for needing to get paid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sponsorship. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. You make content, you gotta do. You put in work on that. I think this whole thing is despicable. I can't believe Gerard doesn't have the balls to face the situation instead of scamming people. Let's see. Has he responded like on Twitter or anything like that? Do you guys like? Has he responded? The completionist. Did he delete his Twitter? Oh no, sorry. His last video was November 11, and that was his Shovel Knight video. Yeah, that was his last. Yeah, Shovel Knight. Yeah, that's it. That was his last video. Like that's like his last thing that he posted.
Save her. This is
Let's
the
see.
goal of Shovel Knight. To save.
It's 18K. Obviously, dislikes. But in the comment section becomes kind of poetic how Shovel Knight videos where you dug your own grave. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the last video he ever posted for now. It's not been an extremely long time. It's been 2 weeks, but it's like 2 weeks for not responding anything at all, especially for a charity thing. Like if he had, in my opinion, if he wasn't like guilty of anything, it would like, hey guys, we do have the money. Here's the proof, and we will donate it. That's all he had to say, really. Like quickly, at least within a week or two. Especially a lawyer would tell you like would not take that long, in my opinion. I don't think it would take that long. 2 weeks to respond. I don't know. I don't think they'll take that long, but maybe they'll do another. They'll probably finally have to respond after this new video, and then some ordinary gamers is making his video too as well. I don't know if he made it yet, but yeah, because I saw part two from some ordinary gamers. He released his. Let's see. Yeah, so I saw this one was 10 days ago from the updated version from the 2 weeks ago one, right? And after that, he hasn't made a video of that yet. So I don't know. So he's gonna release his very soon, I guess. I guess they're spreading out the videos or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's not looking good for him at all. I had like at least like benefit of the doubt with like at least they have the money, at least that was something. But now it's like kind of going with like they're skimming off money too as well. Like, oh dude.